We're back on State Journal-Register Press Box on a Friday afternoon, and today it's our Prairie Star Spotlight. We're talking softball, UIS softball. The new softball coach, Shannon Nicholson, is with us, and senior infielder Jordan Amos has joined us. Shannon, your first year, you know this area. What was the appeal? You're an assistant at Illinois State, and the UIS job opens up. Why did you jump at it?
Well, there was multiple factors in that decision. One of the biggest ones was Kim Pate, our AD here at UIS. She was just amazing in getting me here and really teaching me more about UIS. When I grew up here in the area, they didn't have softball. So there was a whole lot that I didn't know about. Kim was just adamant about how great of a softball team we have, and she was right. They're very great. But then obviously being back home was huge. And, I didn't think I could get a whole lot closer to home than Illinois State, but I found one, and I'm happy to be here.
Are you ready to be a head coach?
Absolutely. I think I've spent 6 years as an assistant coach, so to finally be a head coach is fitting my personality quite well. I love being in charge out there, and it's been a lot of fun.
You jumped right from player to coach. How was that adjustment, being an assistant coach at Illinois State? You're Chatham-Glenwood High School graduate, went one whole year and didn't give up an earned run. That's still amazing. Went to Illinois State, pitched there for 4 years, and then you joined the coaching staff. How was that adjustment right out of the chute? You're coaching people you played with.
Yeah, that was actually harder than going from an assistant to a head coach, to be honest, because you go from everybody being your friends and hanging out with them to telling them what to do. And that first year was a huge adjustment for me. But I got to work with my former pitching coach, Bill Kennedy, at the time, and he really just kind of took me along, and my first year I spent with him, and then after that he retired, and it was just me, and the 1 year really helped. And then I was actually, the pitchers that I was working with were a lot younger than me, so I didn't have to worry about playing with them, so that helped as well. But it was fairly easy once I got going.
Being a pitching coach and being a head coach, it's a different thing. How do you handle the offensive part of it? Do you feel pretty good about that aspect of it?
Well, I feel a lot better today after I was showing them up in our hitting drills.
Okay.
But, no, I have a lot of good helpers, and that's the biggest key to it, because you've got to have good help to fill in the gaps. And my assistant coach, Nikki Stansel, that I brought on, she was a great hitter herself. She hit from both the right and left side, so that was helpful. And then Bob Laurent, who's been on the coaching staff for 3 years, returns, and he's does a great job with the hitters as well.
What I'm going to take you back to 2003.
Oh goodness.
Well, you can remember that, because how much fun was that at Glenwood High School? Because I had a son that was on the baseball team, and they got fourth in the state, and you guys thought you were going to make it. How do you go through a whole year without giving up an earned run?
I guess you have a good changeup. I'm not sure how to answer that. No, it was a lot of fun over there at Glenwood. Coach Edgar, he's still there. He's doing awesome. But we had a really great defense. I had, I'm trying to think, we had a ton of people that went on to play college ball with me out there.
Brittany was your catcher.
Brittany Kester. Well, there you go. That's the key right there, and to not giving up run. Yeah, Brittany Kester is your catcher. That girl was amazing. And we had just Lindsey Krager went on to play at Coastal Carolina. Rachel Ferguson went to McKendree. She was our shortstop. She was good. Jessie Musgrove went to Bradley. I know I'm going to leave some people out here, but we just had high-quality athletes.
Jordan Amos, Columbia, congratulations, state champion in soccer.
That was pretty exciting.
How different is softball at UIS with Shannon Nicholson as the coach?
I could not be happier. We were actually just talking about that on the way over, and I'm just like, this year is like changed for me, and with being a senior, it's like my last year, and I'm stoked to be like with her and with Nikki, and to be with this team. It's just like a totally different atmosphere, and it's definitely bringing the girls together a lot more, and we're definitely working as a family too.
But this is a pretty solid program.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it has been for the past couple years. You guys were 27-25 last year, 17-17 in the conference. So she's not coming in. The cupboard's not bare.
No, not at all. And, I mean, I think they're just going to take the program definitely to the next level overall. So,
what kind of expectations do you have for you?
For me alone?
Yes.
I have really high expectations with being a senior. had good years in the past, but I want this year to be my highlight of my college career, and I want to go out with a bang.
Where do you fit in? You were DP and some second base. What's your spot?
I'm hoping second base.
Okay.
But
coach is listening, so go ahead. Make your sales pitch.
No, I would love to play second base, and definitely be in the lineup somewhere. So it's a huge key for me to keep up with batting and also my fielding. So it's definitely in progress, and I'm going to work hard. So.
You talked about the mental part, the team being together. How are you on the field? Is there talent on this softball team?
Oh, there's a tremendous amount of talent on the field, on and off the field. We've got a great group of girls, and everybody is willing to work hard. And you can definitely see emotional change from what we've had in the past to now. Everybody's a lot more mentally tough overall. So it's definitely I'm so excited. How
did they accomplish that, getting you guys mentally tougher? How does a coaching staff do that? Without being mean. I mean, you can be a jerk and make that happen, but how did they do it where you sound like you actually like your coaches?
Oh, I love them. They've pushed us to our limits. We've had moments. We've had different things that have brought people to either be a little upset or sick or whatnot in running, but overall it's definitely pushed everybody to make themselves better.
Running, okay, so they're stressing conditioning. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, you need conditioning. You need to be in shape.
Okay. One of the trademarks of UIS softball the past couple of years has been your ability on the base paths. You guys have stolen people blind. Will that still be a strength of your team?
Absolutely. And I think with what we're doing now, I think that it's going to be even better. I mean, we're pushing ourselves really hard this year. So.
Can you hit her changeup?
I don't think I've seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's keeping that under wraps until spring.
Yeah.
Okay. Shannon, obviously a great softball player, but you were the second female student in Illinois State history to be named Illinois State Female Student Athlete and Female Athlete of the Year in the same academic year. You were on the Easton All-America second team, just the second Redbirds pitcher all-time to be an All-American. You had an ERA of 1.53 in wins. Good players sometimes have a hard time coaching because you know what you can do. Did you ever have that problem?
I think it was kind of the opposite. I think it took me 4 years of college to become a good college pitcher. And I had to work really hard at it, and I think that helped me become a good coach, to be honest, because the jump from high school to college was pretty tough. And I think after 4 years, I finally figured it out. And I think Jordan's probably doing the same thing from the offensive standpoint now. But, you learn a lot, and you learn how, from a pitching standpoint, you learn what the toughest offenses are. And I think a lot of those are people that can put the ball in play. And that's what we're working on with our team now, is just really being a very diverse offense, that we have a lot of different tools we can pull out, whether it be our speed, just continuing to put the ball in play, put a lot of pressure on the defense. It's kind of what we're working on right now. So I think that a lot of that just you learn throughout the years, and it helps you become a more successful coach. But the biggest thing from my coaching career was Melinda Fisher, who is my coach at Illinois State, is in her 30th season there now. And she taught me a whole lot as far as the coaching goes. So I feel well prepared with working with her for so many years.
Strength of the Prairie Stars as you've assessed them so far this fall. What are you good at? Really good at?
We have some great leadership with our seniors, Jordan being one of them. We brought in 5 new players who are all pushing everyone very well. And I think every time you have that good competition in that lineup, it keeps everybody going. We return 2 really good pitchers, and then Brandy Coy's coming in, and she's gotten a lot of time in the circle for us this fall, and she's coming along too. But Alex Smith and Cheyenne Bowman, really great pitchers who have a lot of experience. We have some speed locally. Lauren Hollinshead from Williamsville High School, great speed. And our other senior who's not here today is Chelsea Miner from Petersburg, and she's a great left-handed hitter, can provide a little power to hit those speedy girls in.
You're at the Division I level. This is the Division II level. Is it a different game?
No, it's the same game. It's still softball. 43 feet.
Okay.
60 feet to the bases. But It's the exact same. The difference that I've noticed is these are some hardworking girls. They kind of have a little chip on their shoulder, something to prove, and they never stop working hard. I think that they just feel like they've got so much out there to prove to everyone, and it's really enjoyable to coach them.
You guys have a fundraiser coming up. Talk a little bit about that. What you're trying to do and where it's going to be and all those kind of things.
Yeah, we're having a trivia night out at SHG in the multi-purpose room at the West Campus. It's we're trying to get some tables together. So
sports trivia or all trivia?
All trivia, general knowledge questions. I'm sure there'll be a couple good sports categories in there. The money is going to help fund. We're building a batting cage on campus so we can do a lot more hitting on campus without having to travel anywhere. So we're trying to fundraise for that.
That's Saturday, November 15th. The doors open at 6. The trivia starts at 7, and you can bring your own food and beverages and cash prizes for the top 2 finishers, and the proceeds go to the softball program. When you're at Illinois State, this is still home for you. Are you paying attention to how the softball program at UIS is doing? Did you know that they made the tournament and all these kind of things? Were you paying attention a little bit?
Yeah, I still read the State Journal Register all the time, even when I was up there.
Thank you.
I was always checking online, as much access as I could get to it. But, you always go through and, I'd read about UIS, Lincoln Land, all those things, and even the high school programs, checking out who's hitting well. And, so I was always checking in, seeing how everybody was doing.
Jordan, what's your major?
I'm a business administration major with a minor in management.
Will you graduate in May?
I will walk in May and finish up after my internship in the summer. So
what do you want to do?
I want to go into sales and marketing. I have an internship with DuPont Protein for the summer, so I'm really excited about that. So it's definitely a rude awakening, but yet I'm ready for it.
When you were at Columbia, did you play other sports?
Nope. The only sport I've ever played was softball.
How much traveling and stuff did you do growing up?
A lot. I can honestly say my first real vacation was not until I was 19 years old, since I was 6. So from 6 to 19, I did not have a summer vacation. It was all softball.
But isn't that a vacation? I mean, didn't you get to go places? My son played. We went to Disney World. We played a lot of good places. Those were our vacations.
That's very true. They were vacations, but it was softball, and I was there to play softball. So.
Why have you been at UAS all 4 years?
No, I did not. I started out my freshman year at Murray State down in Kentucky, and then I transferred, went to a junior college in Belleville, Illinois, and then I came here the spring of my sophomore year.
What did you like about UIS, and are the things you liked then still things you like now?
Absolutely. I could not be more happy with the academic programs. They've definitely treat you like they're very personable, so they're going to actually work with you if you're struggling or anything like that. You get the UVI degree, which is awesome, and then just the softball program. I mean, I knew a senior at the time, so I always wanted to play with her one more time. So it was nice.
How do you handle March softball games when you got to wear a hooded sweatshirt, and that's still not enough? You wish you had gloves on, and you wish you had all your long johns and everything. How do you handle playing softball in the Midwest?
It's sometimes really hard, but I layer up my Under Armours, I put on my base layer pants, and I suck it up. It's cold, yeah, but you're out there to play the game for a reason, and you wouldn't play it if you didn't love it.
Career highlight for you so far?
Oh, boy. That's a tough one. I'd have to say definitely my sophomore year, was probably my best year here. It was just overall my hitting was just outstanding, and I don't really have one specific highlight. So,
Shannon, how has the one of the things that we always hear about UIS is that people will support it if there are local kids playing. Okay, now they've got a local kid coaching. How has your acceptance in the area around here been as far as, you've been out recruiting, I'm sure, already. How have people say, wow, we're glad to have you?
Yeah, they've been really great around here. And obviously, this is just such a great sports community. so that helps as well. But we have so much great local talent here. We've hosted a couple camps and had a great turnout with those. Just trying to get as many people from within, like, if you take an hour of Springfield and draw a line, you have so much great softball talent out there. So we're really trying to branch out, make sure that we're marketing those kids first, and trying to get them here. And then anything we need to go out of that region to get, we will if, we need something. But we've found that there's just so much talent, a lot of people that enjoy softball in the community that would like to stay around this area. So we're trying to market that with our recruiting as much as we can.
Do you like recruiting?
Oh, absolutely. You have to like it, I think, to be in this job. But, it's been a lot more fun recruiting when you're trying to recruit people to your home area. You have a lot of knowledge, obviously, about the area. But I also get to hit up a ton of the local tournaments out at our complex at UIS. And, it's kind of fun to be in the head coach's role with that, too, because you know exactly what you need and you have an idea of how much you can offer as far as scholarships go. And I've really enjoyed that part.
Facilities. How are your facilities compared to the people you're recruiting against?
That's a great question because I still don't know the answer to that. I think I'll find out a lot this spring when we're traveling. We're actually upgrading our infield as we speak. We're going to get a new infield surface down and hopefully something that handles that March, April weather a little bit better than what we have. And so we're excited to see the progress with that. There's a lot of little things that Kim Pate's doing to try to upgrade our facility. And I think just as long as you keep doing a little bit each year, it's going to be a really nice place.
What kind of expectations do you have for your team?
Our overall goal right now is to continue on in that NCAA postseason. We made it there in 2012 to the regionals, and that's our first goal is to get back there. And then, we just want to keep continuing to grow on that. We've had a little taste of success in this program, and I know Jordan and the rest of the seniors really want to get back to that spot.
What do you think? You talked about the appeal, the attraction of UIS, and some of the talking to Kim Pate. How have the other coaches? What do you think of the people you're working with at UIS?
One of the greatest people I've been able to work with so far is our baseball coach, Chris Ramirez. He took over that program last year, came from a Division I school, so we have a ton of similarities. And I've really learned a lot from him just as far as how to best utilize our facilities, how to best utilize your recruiting. And I think just with us working hand in hand in our sports being so similar, he's really kind of showed me the ropes and done a great job. The other one I'm excited about is Coach Bill Walker with the men's basketball team. I think that guy's going to do an absolutely terrific job with his team, and I'm excited to see where he takes them. They're going to be starting up here very quickly in November as women's basketball will be the same. And I'm just excited to see what he gets going with that team. Plus, he has Richard McBride, another local talent.
Yeah, he put another one of your cohorts in the conference when you were playing.
Yeah, and I think that's great to see. I know it seems like everywhere we go, the community really responds well to seeing, Richard McBride. It's a local face. Mm-hmm. Kind of helps kind of get some attention with the basketball program. But I think it'll be a really exciting season for them.
What are you guys doing right now? Jordan, tell me what you guys are since you came back to school. What have you been doing, and are you done? Are you finished, or are you still working?
Oh, we're still working. We're not going to stop that. We've been lifting 4 times a week. We run with each workout. Our outdoor practices. Everything is so scheduled, and it's very nice because it's very organized. We're working hard in general on everything that we're doing. So we do a lot of defense. So that's going to be a good thing for us.
That's when you have a pitcher as your coach. She doesn't want to give up runs. You
nope,
know that.
Not at all.
You know that. Hey, UIS, the Prairie Stars, the men's basketball opens up the 19th against Ruppert Morris Springfield at track. That's the first home game, 7 o'clock at track. The women open on November 22nd, Southwest Baptist, 1 o'clock at track. We still have volleyball going on at UIS. Don't forget, Shannon, one more time with your fundraiser for the softball team.
Saturday, November 15th, out at SHG. Softball trivia night, lots of general knowledge questions, some sports in there, I'm sure, but a great fundraiser to help UIS. We're trying to build some batting cages on campus, and we just really appreciate any support we can get.
If they want to sign up, what do they do?
You can email me. My email is snich2@uis.edu, and you can find that on our athletics website. But just shoot me an email, and we'll get you signed up.
14 players back from last year, 3 freshmen and a transfer. Is that a good number? Do you like working with numbers like that?
Yes. Actually, we have 2 transfers to round it out to 18. Okay. So that works out well because we can scrimmage pretty well, 9 and 9. Mm-hmm. Anywhere between 18 and 20 is a good number in my mind because you can do that scrimmage. But you don't want to have too many because it's hard to manage too many. So I like the smaller team, and I expect a lot out of every one of them. There's nobody that I don't expect to help us. Everybody has a role, and we try to figure out what that role is so we can utilize it to its strength.
That's this week's Prairie Star Spotlight. Senior Jordan Amos from Columbia. Again, congratulations, state champs. I'm sure they'll get you a medal from that soccer team. Thanks for coming in. And Shannon Nicholson, welcome back home. It's good to have you here at UIS.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This week's Prairie Star Spotlight, back after these.